I know all of us here at AccuWeather are definitely wishing our troops a happy holidays. And I know, Melissa, you were joining him in rooting for Penn State today.
I am, of course, and there are a lot of folks that are cheering for some of their favorite college teams. And if you're not doing that, maybe professional teams. But this is a season that we are talking about the chill for not only the fans, but also the players out on the field.
Yeah, if any of you are heading out to games, bundle up because it is going to be chilly for just about all of them.
Yeah, really a lot of cold settling in. And that brings us to what we're talking about across the nation because, by the way, welcome to winter. First day of winter. We officially started it early this morning, and this is what we get. The snow showers still kind of trying to slide their way out of the northeast at this point in time.
Yeah, moving to the northwest, a little bit of a different story. Still a stormy pattern moving in, and get used to it because we're going to have days of this, but we're seeing more rain than snow.
Yeah, it's a mild pattern as it pushes its way into the north.
Storms that we are seeing is bringing more rain than snow. So let's talk about this. We're going to see day after day after day of rain because we have multiple atmospheric river events bringing heavy rain, especially to the coast. And that means flooding is a possibility. Mudslides are a possibility. Power outages. Not ideal situations, especially when we talk about travel conditions and, flooding roadways. Don't want to drive through those. But let's break down exactly what to expect kind of day by day here. So this is a look at who is going to be impacted if we see continue. But let's also talk about future radar and how this plays out. More widespread for the morning, becoming more scattered for Washington, Oregon as we head into the afternoon and as this moves further into Idaho. But don't get used to kind of that break that you're seeing. Because take a look at what happens as we fast forward towards Sunday. There's the next storm already starting to move in here. That's why I'm saying day after day after day of rain and some of these storms. Here's a look at Sunday's storm. This is throughout the day and into the overnight hours. Windy conditions, flooding, especially along the coast. Seeing a little bit more of the pink and blue here, a little bit more of that wintry mix, a little bit more snow, but still not anything too significant. Here's a look at the snow map. Not super impressive snow for Boise, not a huge difference there. In the 50s for Seattle and Portland. And take a look at what to expect in Seattle over the next 7 days. Two themes here are going to continue.
Well, of course, we do know that there is some snow in the U.S., creating some travel trouble out there already this weekend. You can see some of that has departed across New York City, but could be still some slick spots. And then we're talking the winds. They are going to be the problems across the Northeast. And then as you work your way towards the western coast, fog in Los Angeles to start the day. And it's just kind of a stormy pattern for places like Seattle. As we all know, Christmas is approaching. And a lot of folks are hoping for a movie-worthy white Christmas, but you might need to keep dreaming. I spoke earlier with this. Well, of course, we do have some snow on the ground across the north-central tier of the nation. You can see, though, some more snow falling across the Great Lakes today as that cold air mass starts to shove its way off towards the east. We're going to be warming things up at least a little bit here for so many folks. So as you can tell, but Kansas City 27 for your low, 23 in Sioux Falls. That's better than where we've been. So we are trending upward. And by the time we head into Sunday, here's more of that mild air starting to overtake things. So it's not going to be quite as cold. It's going to be a little bit more seasonable for us. A trick for carry-ons only, one of those things that I feel like is so important. Well, of course, we are watching a few storms, unfortunately, working their way into the western U.S. next week. So if you are planning to do any travel for Christmas and it involves places like Seattle and Portland, that's going to be the more challenging regions of the nation. But you can see as we go through the early week, we are getting that quick storm system cut its way through. Snow from places like the northwest of Wisconsin, working their way into New York and Vermont. So that will be one of the challenges Monday into Tuesday. Monday, the travel concerns are focused around the Great Lakes, along with some of the western U.S. activity.
Thanks for sticking with us here on AccuWeather Weekend. Well, a warm home filled with friends, family, decorations, and home-cooked meals are all holiday traditions. I loved his festive setup there for the interview. Well, we are now heading into Christmas week, and I know a lot of us are going to be traveling. I know I am, to spend the holidays with family. So here's a look at what to expect as far as travel conditions on some of those busiest travel days. So this is a look at Monday. The good news is we're seeing a lot of green on the map here, but let's break down some of the areas where we're seeing the yellows and the red. Let's start with the northwest first of all. There's that parade of storms moving in that we've been talking about, and that's the reason for these yellows and this small area of red. We're seeing snow at highest elevations here, so that could create some issues, especially with the rain. There's a potential for flooding not ideal travel conditions. Moving towards the middle of the country now, these areas we're going to see some snow moving in, and then also towards the south, we're going to be seeing some rain and thunderstorms. And that brings us to Tuesday, Christmas Eve. Let's take a quick look at what to expect weather-wise for Christmas Day when hopefully everyone's at their destination. Not a lot going on. We're